Okay, something a lot of people probably know about me is I love Kokichi. He is a gremlin and I love him for it. So from the very start, Kaido just wasn't on my nice list. In fact, for a good few years, he was my most hated character. Now that position has been given to Teru Teru. He's just not my vibe, man. Back on the space dude, I was with Kokichi 100% with his clown propaganda. Kaido bad. And I think a lot of my initial hate came from chapter 5, which is ironic because it's my favorite chapter. And honestly, Kaido really shines there. But that's something I only came to realize recently. As I'm sure a lot of you were, I was really torn up about Kokichi's death. And ultimately, everyone's responses to it. The focus was far more on Kaido than Kokichi. Similar to Roma and Kurumi. Kokichi just kind of faded into the background, and a sacrifice seemed like nothing. And I understand everyone's reaction somewhat. No one, and I mean like no one, liked Kokichi. And that makes perfect sense. If I encountered someone who actually acted like him, I would get annoyed very fast. But at the same time, he sacrificed himself and it was a huge moment for his character that got glossed over. I am completely fine with them not liking him. That is justified. Like, I wouldn't either. But you could have gave him a little more like, hey, you did a lie. You kind of sacrificed yourself for us. His paranoia, his lies about himself being okay. The dude was breaking inside and nothing was really said about it. So I put a lot of that distaste towards Kaido because, well, the focus was on him. And it stayed that way for a good while until I got more involved in the community. Yes, I met Kaido haters too, but I also met people who really adored him. And they would explain why. And people talked about ships they enjoyed that he was in. The art was and is really cute. Like, super cute. Oh my god. I will not deny that. It is freaking adorable and I love it. Which is slowly making me appreciate him more. Then one time in a discussion, I actually defended Spaceman. It was a true shock because, whoa, I am defending a character I deeply hate. The world must be ending right now. But he is a good character, and he's needed in the story. He's a good friend of Soichi and ultimately helps Kokichi in the end, even if it was done through blackmail. That dang grape and his devilish tactics. Gotta love him. As each day passed, I found myself liking him more and more. Now don't get me wrong, he is still far from my favorite, but he's a cool character, and he's a really interesting foil to Kokichi. Especially when you take his lies into account. Kaido actually lies just like Kokichi. Okay, maybe not exactly, but you know what I mean. He embellishes the truth a lot and he gives Soichi a false impression of himself. Which, I mean, a lot of us probably do. Like, come on. Do you embellish stories? I guarantee you do. Maybe not to the extent Kaido does, or definitely not to the extent Kokichi does. But it was interesting just to see that. They're two sides of the same coin and they have overlapping issues. And it's pretty cool for the support and antag to be foils, rather than the protag and antag. Overall, Kaido is certainly not my favorite. But I don't feel right saying I hate him anymore, which is fine. Opinions are bound to change. It's how life works. You can't expect to love or hate the same characters forever. People change, and it's what makes us unique. And sorry if this is short. I am super busy with my classes at the moment. I literally wrote this after my astronomy class, and I'm recording it right before my astronomy class again, which is ironic because Kaido is space. Also, I hope you like my character sprites. Make sure to check out the artist in the description and my pinned comment. They did a fantastic job, and I absolutely love them. Oh, and make sure to have a fantastic day, everyone.